Are you thinking about moving in with your adult children? Maybe it sounds like the perfect solution. Saving money, staying close to family, having help nearby as you age. But what if I told you this seemingly loving decision could quietly unravel your independence, your finances, even your relationship with the very people you love most? I've spoken to dozens of seniors who believed they were making the right move, only to find themselves emotionally isolated, financially drained, and silently suffering in a home that no longer felt like theirs. One woman told me, "I just wanted to be close to my daughter. I didn't realize I was giving up my entire life." In today's video, I want to share the 5 hidden dangers of moving in with your adult children after 70, pitfalls no one talks about until it's too late. We're not here to judge families or paint adult children as villains. This is about protecting you, your dignity, and your well-being in a phase of life that should be secure, not stressful. What you'll hear might surprise you. You'll learn how well-intentioned decisions can lead to financial dependency, emotional burnout, even legal vulnerability. And more importantly, I'll show you what to do instead. Real, practical options to stay close to family without losing yourself in the process. If you're over 65 or you care for someone who is, don't skip this. Watch until the end, because the most critical warning signs and life-saving alternatives come when you least expect them. You've worked a lifetime to build your independence. Don't let one decision erase it. 1. Financial disaster, the hidden cost of moving in. At first glance, moving in with your children may feel like the smart financial move. You might think, "I'll save on rent, utilities, groceries. We'll all pitch in and it'll work out." But what many seniors don't realize is that sharing a household can quickly lead to blurred boundaries, financial entanglement, and sometimes devastating loss. Here's the hard truth. When you combine finances with your adult children, you open the door to serious risk. Not because your kids are bad people, but because life happens. Jobs are lost, businesses fail, emergencies strike. And when that pressure builds, your retirement savings can become the emergency fund. Let's be clear, financial exploitation doesn't always look like outright theft. Often it begins with small requests. "Can we borrow a little for the electric bill?" Or, "We'll pay you back after the renovation." Before long, your savings start to disappear, one harmless expense at a time. A certified elder law attorney once told me, "Most financial abuse we see isn't malicious, it's opportunistic. It starts with trust and ends in regret." Sadly, most of it happens within families. According to the National Center on Elder Abuse, over 90% of financial abuse cases involve family members, especially adult children. Think about it. Are you prepared to say no if your child asks to co-sign a loan? What if they want to put your name or theirs on a shared account just in case? These decisions can have permanent consequences. Once assets are merged or gifted, getting them back is nearly impossible. To protect yourself, keep your finances entirely separate. That means no joint accounts, no shared credit cards, and no casual loans without written agreements. Maintain a private checking account and work with a trusted financial advisor, someone who isn't emotionally involved. And before you move in with anyone, have a frank conversation about household contributions. Will you be paying rent, covering groceries, funding renovations? Without crystal clear agreements, misunderstandings will turn into resentment. A smarter alternative? Live independently near your family. Downsize into a more manageable home. Consider a 55-plus community or explore independent senior apartments. You'll still enjoy the closeness of family without putting your money or your peace of mind at risk. Also, consult an elder law attorney before making any big moves. They can help you set up legal safeguards like a living trust, healthcare directive, or power of attorney that protects you, not just your heirs. Too many seniors wait until conflict erupts to seek legal help, and by then, the damage is done. You've spent decades building your financial foundation. Don't gamble it away on the hope that everything will work out. Love your children, yes, but protect yourself with boundaries, documents, and clarity. Financial independence isn't just about money. It's about the freedom to make choices, the power to say no, and the security to live life on your own terms. 2. Loss of independence, the silent killer. When most people talk about aging, they focus on physical health or money. But what often gets overlooked is something far more subtle and far more dangerous: the loss of autonomy. It doesn't happen overnight. It starts quietly with well-meaning suggestions. Dad, don't drive at night. Mom, maybe let us handle the grocery shopping. Then come the restrictions. We'd feel better if you stayed home today. Before long, you're no longer making your own choices. You're asking for permission in a house that's supposed to feel like home. And that shift, it changes everything. Psychologists who study aging agree, independence is critical for emotional and cognitive well-being. When seniors lose control over their daily routines, decisions, and environment, the result can be depression, accelerated cognitive decline, and even shorter lifespans. One geriatric specialist told me, "It's not the medical conditions that break people. It's the loss of agency, the feeling that your life is no longer your own." Imagine living in a home where the TV is always set to someone else's channel. You have to plan your meals around someone else's schedule. You stop inviting friends over because your daughter needs quiet for her work calls. Slowly, your world begins to shrink, not because of your age, but because you're no longer in the driver's seat. And it's rarely intentional. Your adult children may think they're helping. They might even be loving and patient. But without firm boundaries, it's easy for helpfulness to turn into control. So what can you do instead? First and foremost, protect your living space. That doesn't mean you have to live far away from your kids. It means living separately. Even a modest studio apartment nearby gives you something priceless: freedom. The ability to come and go, eat when you want, nap when you feel like it, and invite over who you please. If affordability is a concern, explore senior housing programs or shared living arrangements with other older adults. Many communities offer income-based options that allow you to maintain your lifestyle while staying connected. And if health or mobility is a challenge, consider in-home support services. Having a caregiver come to your space is very different from being absorbed into someone else's routine. Also, don't underestimate the emotional impact of maintaining your independence. You'll feel more confident, more social, and more in control of your health decisions. You'll continue to be seen as an equal, not a dependent. The truth is, losing independence doesn't just affect your schedule, it affects your identity. Who you are, how you think, and how others treat you all shift when your autonomy slips away. You've spent a lifetime building your character, your habits, your sense of self. Don't surrender it for the sake of convenience. Independence may not always be easy, but it's always worth fighting for. 3. Family relationship destruction, when love turns into resentment. Most seniors imagine that moving in with their children will bring them closer to their loved ones. More time with the grandkids, shared meals, warmth, laughter, connection. But what many don't anticipate is how quickly that closeness can turn into conflict, and how living under the same roof can quietly chip away at even the strongest family bonds. At first, everything may feel fine. You're grateful for the help. They're happy to have you around. But then friction begins to build. You notice differences in how meals are cooked, how the house is kept, how noise is handled, how parenting is done. And suddenly, everything becomes a conversation, or worse, a confrontation. Why? Because families aren't built to function like roommates. A therapist once explained it perfectly. When aging parents move in, the family hierarchy gets turned upside down. The parent-child relationship doesn't disappear. It gets confused. Are you still the authority figure, or now a guest, or even unintentionally another dependent? Take this to heart. Daily cohabitation reveals every incompatibility. Sleep schedules, dietary needs, cleanliness, screen time, music preferences, they all become battlegrounds. And because this is family, people hesitate to speak up, but the tension still simmers until it explodes. Grandchildren may grow resentful of being told to be quiet. Sons-in-law may feel like their home is no longer their own. Daughters may feel emotionally stretched between caring for their children, their spouse, and now you, without ever saying a word. The result? Emotional distance, passive-aggressive behavior, lost tempers, hurt feelings, and eventually relationships that were once loving and close become cold, strained, or even permanently broken. You may think, that won't happen to us. But that's what everyone thinks until it does. So how do you preserve the relationships that matter most? Maintain space, both physical and emotional. It's easier to enjoy family when you're not sharing every moment of every day. Living nearby allows for visits, not dependence. Grandparents can be a joy to grandchildren, not a rule to follow. Conversations stay lighthearted instead of loaded with resentment. If cost is a concern, consider downsizing or seeking shared housing with other seniors. That way, you can stay financially stable without sacrificing emotional boundaries. The goal is to stay connected, not entangled. Most importantly, have these conversations before you make a move. Talk honestly with your children about expectations, boundaries, and long-term implications. Love means having the hard conversations now, so you can protect the relationship for the years to come. At the end of the day, your role as a parent and grandparent is worth more than saving on rent. Don't trade deep connection for proximity. Protect your relationships by protecting your space. 4. Mental and physical health decline. The price of disrupted routines. When we think about our health in our later years, we often focus on medications, doctors, and diet. But there's something equally powerful and often overlooked that keeps us well: routine. Consistent habits, familiar surroundings, and a stable rhythm to the day all serve as anchors for our physical and mental well-being. And when we give that up, especially by moving into someone else's home, those anchors can vanish almost overnight. The truth is, your body and brain thrive on predictability. Getting up at the same time, taking medication on a regular schedule, eating balanced meals that match your health needs, taking that morning walk, talking to familiar neighbors. These small things aren't just conveniences, they're lifelines. When you move in with adult children, even in a loving home, that structure gets shaken. Suddenly, dinner might be later than your usual time. Your quiet afternoons may now compete with kids doing homework or loud television. Your bedtime might be disrupted by household noise. You may skip your daily walk because no one is available to join you. And slowly, the effects start to add up. Researchers in geriatric health have repeatedly shown that environmental disruption in older adults can accelerate physical decline and worsen chronic conditions. It can increase blood pressure, interrupt sleep patterns, lead to anxiety or even panic attacks, and worsen issues like arthritis or diabetes. And then there's the emotional toll, the feeling of being out of place, the loss of control, the subtle pressure to go with the flow of a household that wasn't built around your needs. Over time, these stressors don't just make life harder, they can make it shorter. I've spoken with seniors who moved in with family only to develop insomnia, depression, or worsening health. One man told me, "I thought I was going to be more relaxed, but I've never felt more tense, and I can't even explain why." So what's the alternative? Preserve your routines by preserving your space. That doesn't mean you have to live alone with no support. It means designing a living arrangement that prioritizes your needs first. That might be an independent apartment in a senior community, or a home near your children, but not in their home. It could mean hiring a part-time caregiver who respects your schedule, not one who disrupts it. Before making any move, talk to your doctor. Ask how changing your living environment could affect your current health conditions. Discuss how noise, stress, or meal inconsistency could interfere with medications or vital signs. Remember, your health isn't just about what's in your pill organizer. It's about what's in your daily life. You've worked hard to stay well. Don't let a well-meaning decision compromise that stability. Your routine isn't trivial, it's medicine. 5. Legal vulnerability and elder abuse risk. When trust isn't enough. For many older adults, the idea of being taken advantage of by their own family feels unthinkable. After all, these are the children you raised, supported, and trusted for decades. But here's a truth that's difficult to face. When it comes to legal and financial abuse, proximity and dependence create opportunity, and that's when things can go wrong. You don't have to look far to find examples. Elder law attorneys across the country report that the majority of financial exploitation cases involve close family members, often those living under the same roof. Not because those children started out with bad intentions, but because boundaries got blurred, pressures mounted, and the law wasn't on your side. Imagine this: You add your adult child to your bank account just in case, or sign over power of attorney using a generic form from the internet. Maybe you even transfer the title of your home, believing it will make things simpler. At first, everything seems fine, but then disagreements start. Suddenly, you're no longer in control of your money, your property, or your decisions, and the worst part is you may not be able to undo it. One elder advocate explained it clearly. The moment you share access, you lose leverage. And without legal protections in place, it's nearly impossible to reclaim what you've given away. Even if your family is trustworthy now, no one can predict the future. Illness, divorce, financial hardship, or stress can change people. And when legal control is already in their hands, you're left vulnerable. So how do you protect yourself? Start with legal separation and clarity. Never add anyone, even your children, to your financial accounts or property deeds without consulting an elder law specialist. Generic forms or advice from well-meaning friends aren't enough. You need a professional who understands the specific legal tools designed to protect seniors, like living trusts, limited durable powers of attorney, and clearly written care agreements. If you're planning to rely on a child for assistance, put it in writing. Create a care contract that spells out what help is being provided, what expenses are being shared, and how decisions will be made. This not only protects you, it protects them from future misunderstandings or accusations, and most importantly, maintain your legal autonomy for as long as possible. Stay in charge of your finances. Keep important documents in a secure location. Make your wishes known through a well-crafted estate plan. If you haven't already spoken with an elder law attorney, now is the time. Many offer free consultations, and a single meeting could protect everything you've worked for. Trust is essential, but so is protection. Your later years should be safe, secure, and free from legal entanglement. Love your family, but protect yourself with paperwork, not just promises. Now that you've seen the full picture, it's clear. Moving in with your adult children after 70 isn't just a lifestyle change. It can be a life-altering mistake. From unexpected financial strain to the silent erosion of your independence. From emotional rifts with family to physical and legal vulnerability. Each step, though wrapped in good intentions, can take a heavy toll. And yet, here's the good news. You have a choice. You can stay close to your loved ones without sacrificing your autonomy. You can age with dignity, clarity, and control by making decisions that protect your finances, health, relationships, and legal rights. Whether that means downsizing, finding an independent senior community, or bringing in home-based care, there are smarter, safer paths forward. If you've been feeling pressure to move in with your children or considering it yourself, take a step back. Rewatch this video with your family. Start the conversation early with honesty and boundaries. Talk to a certified elder law attorney. Map out your options before life makes the decisions for you. You've spent your whole life building a foundation of freedom, values, and self-respect. Don't trade that away for convenience. If this message resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe for more senior-focused content that empowers, informs, and protects. And in the comments, let me know, have you faced this situation? What concerns you most about aging under someone else's roof? I read and respond to every single one. Stay strong, stay independent, and most importantly, stay in control of your future.